First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rokakwadash. Yahweh is who this world ignorantly calls God. Yahushai is who this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Ba'ashem means in the name. Rakah means spirit, and Quadash means holy. That's on the Paleo Hebrew. I also want to give double honors to the outer bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. This video I wanted to talk about how you have to find your gift in this ministry and excel, right? And this is ultimately dealing with the fact of the matter is that every single brother out there has a different talent, right? Some brothers are good at exhortation. Other brothers are good at the breakdowns. Other brothers are good at making the herbs, right? And ultimately, every single brother has something to offer. Okay, we're not the same. So what I'm saying is that you have to find whatever you're good at and excel in that. Okay, because as we're about to read, okay, us as individuals are referred to as members of a body, right? The body being Hamashiach. Okay, and let's just actually jump to that. In 1 Corinthians chapter 12, and I'll start at verse... I'll just read up top what I was going to get. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, and I'll start at verse 4. It says, "Now there are diversity of his gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same God which worketh all in all. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. For to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit, to another the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits, right? To another diverse kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues." Right? So you got brothers out there that can speak multiple languages. Hey, put that to use, right? Start making lessons in Spanish, right? You got brothers out there that can discern spirits, right? They can look at a man and just by his countenance, right, a couple just sentences he says, can just read his spirit, right? Tell if he's righteous or not. See his mentality, right? These are all gifts. It says, "But all these worketh that one and the same self Spirit, dividing to every man severely as he will. For as the body is one and hath many members, and all the members of that one body being many are one body, so also is Hamashiach. For by one Spirit are we all baptized into one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles," and those Gentiles talk about Israelites, "whether we be bonds or free, and have been all made to drink into one Spirit." And this is the point. "For the body is not one member, but many. If the foot shall say, Because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? And if the ear shall say, Because I am not the eye, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? If the whole body were an eye, where were the hearing? If the whole were hearing, where were the smelling? But now hath God set the members, every one of them, in the body, as it hath pleased him." And that's the point, is that every single brother out there, okay, he has his lot. Okay, he has a certain measure that he has to fulfill. Right? Not everybody's going to be a camp leader. Not everybody's going to be the main speaker. Hey, some brothers are just going to have to hold up the sign, as the brothers say. Right? Some brothers are going to be the ones taking care of the camera, taking care of the uploads. Right? We all have our own talents that we have to ultimately fulfill, and if one of us is lacking, the body does not operate correctly. Okay? With just missing a pinky toe, your body would lose, I forgot specifically how much balance, but if you were to miss your big toe and your pinky toe, your balance would go out the window, right? Those two little members can have a drastic effect on the whole organism. So it's the same way in this truth. But let's get Romans chapter 12, the same point. In verse 4 it says, "For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, so we, being many, are one body in Hamashiach, and everyone members of one of another. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith. Or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth, or on teaching. Or he that exhorteth, on exhortation. He that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth, with diligence. He that showeth mercy, with cheerfulness." Right, so whatever you do, do it to the best. Right, excel. If your spirit is into going into the deep breakdowns, right? Do that. Personally, I feel like that's where my spirit is at, is doing the deep breakdowns, right? Going into the destruction, going into the basics, right? That's where I excel. Okay, but another brother, that might not be his forte, right? That might not be his thing, right? He might be the man that just into the news, right? Every single day just covering the news and tying it into prophecy. He might be that brother, right? And then you might have another brother who just off the top freestyle, right? Just presses the button, driving, and just speaks whatever is on his mind. Okay, then you might have another brother, like GMS, I forgot his name, a brother from Chicago, they call him Murph. It's straight exhortation, right? I listen to that brother's videos, it always gets me turned, right? GMS Teach What Was Taught, that's his YouTube handle, right? But he's the brother where he's good with that exhortation, right? Whereas I'm not. So ultimately, find your spot and chill there, right? Excel. Make sure you're doing the right thing. And let's get a couple scriptures now dealing with the fact that not all of us have the same plate. This is Matthew chapter 13, right? And this is going into the parable of pretty much the seed, right? You have the seed that fell upon the stony place. You have the seed that fell upon the thorns, okay? And then you have the seed that, verse 8, but other fell into the good ground and brought forth fruits, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear, right? And what that was talking about right there is those that teach, right? Those that go out there and do the work. Some of us are going to gain tenfold, right? Some of us are going to get more brothers, more listeners, more subscribers, right? 100-fold. Some of us might just get one, okay? But at the end of the day, okay, you got to do what's been given to you. You got to fulfill your lot, okay? You can't get filled with pride and envy at another brother because he's excelling or on something else. No, look at yourself and see what you can do, okay? Because we're all running a different, we're all living a different story, right? We're all moving in a different path, okay? It might not be your destiny to have 10K subscribers and pump out 3 videos a day like the brother GMS South Carolina, right? That might not be your lot, okay? So let's get another one. Luke chapter 19 and verse 11. Luke chapter 19, and I'll start at verse 11. I'll read the whole parable. Verse 12, it says, He said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. And he called his servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, Occupy till I come. But his citizens hated him and sent a message after him, saying, We will not have this man to reign over us. And it came to pass that when he was returned and having received the kingdom, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. Right, so pretty much he gave every single man 10 pounds, right? And that's symbolic for this truth, right? We all got the same doctrine, the same truth, okay? But what are you going to do with it? It says, Then came the first, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 10 pounds. And he said unto him, Well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in a very little, have thou authority over 10 cities. And the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise to him, Be thou also over 5 cities. Right, so one, he pretty much doubled it, and the other one got 5, right? Different lots. It says, And another came, saying, Lord, behold, here's thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. For I feared thee, because thou art an austere man, that thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. Right, and that's going pretty much into the man that doesn't do the work, right? Is lukewarm, lackadaisical. Right, stops holding the plow, right, looks back, okay, that man, let's read it. It says, And he saith unto him, Out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. Wherefore then gavest not thou my money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required mine own with usury. Right, so Yahweh Shai said that, and when he comes back, right, that pound he gave you, he's going to require it with usury, right, which usury is pretty much interest, tax, going into how he wants you to do something with this, right? He wants you to do something with this truth, right? And we got to understand that not all brothers are teachers, right? But even if you're just a believer here, you can do something, right? You can help out the ministry, you can give alms, you can do something. There's always some type of work to do. It says, and he said unto them that stood by, take from him the pound, and give it to him that had 10 pounds. And they said unto him, Lord, he had 10 pounds. For I say unto you that unto every one which hath shall be given, and from him that hath not, even that he shall be taken away from him. But those mine enemies which will not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. Yeah, and that's the mindset of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Right? He ain't playing with these niggas out here. You either do his work or you don't. Right? He said that clearly in Revelation, the 3rd chapter. Yeah, I would prefer you were cold or hot. Right? Because since you are lukewarm, I'm going to spew thee out of my mouth. Right? So the Lord said, hey, be defined. Right? Don't be double-minded. Because a double-minded mind is unstable in all his ways. So you either in it or you're not. You either teaching or you're not. And if you don't teach, hey, you're going to catch that arrow, man. You're going to catch that missile. So, quick lesson. Just was in my spirit. Right? Find your gift in this ministry and excel. Right? And that's going to take a self-examination. Right? Really seeing what's popping. Right? What's in your spirit to do. And, hey, everybody got a different movie. So, with that, I'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, and double honors to the outer bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to your elect. Shalom.